All right, good morning, traders. Today is November 22nd, 2024. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody out there in digital land. Love that. Thank you for the likes up, thumbs up, like, subscriptions, all of it. Appreciate it. Thank you to all the my digital media people. Thank you so much. My SPY pivot this morning is 591.15. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. Just want to say, I think that SPY puts in an inside day today. We'll see what happens, all right? Let's take a look. All of the Fab 5 are in daily uptrends. All made higher highs and higher lows, closing over their traps, over their 17 EMAs. Gold, technically in a downtrend, but moving in the opposite direction. That means it's moving up. Gold made a higher high and a higher low, closing above a bullish trap and over the 17 EMA. Silver, also in an uptrend, but currently making a bear flag. Silver made a lower high and a lower low, closing under a bearish trap under the 17. UNG, in an uptrend, made a higher high and a higher low, closing over a bullish trap over the 17 EMA. USO, also in an uptrend, made a higher high and a higher low, closing over a bullish trap and over the 17. US dollar index in an uptrend closed near the 107.04 area. US dollar currently at a 23-month high. All right. Hey, good morning, Stefan. All right, let's go take a look at some charts today. Like I said, I'm expecting kind of a do-nothing day. All right, probably going to chop your accounts up day. All right, so really think about it. You get two crosses over VWAP or two crosses over the 8 EMA, before noon. It might be time to just hang up your hat, get your fishing gear out, and go see a ball game or go fishing, go boating, do some yard work in this cool weather. Who knows, all right? I'm just saying it's probably going to be a choppy day. I don't want to see you guys get chopped up with your accounts, all right? So let's go take a look at some charts. Skip, hey, good morning. Good morning, Skip. All right, so what do we got here? We got SPY on the 10-minute, all right? We left off yesterday in a 10-minute downtrend, okay? That's the faster moving average. That's a 3 EMA. Underneath the slower moving average, which is the 8 EMA, okay? So price action, you got the faster one underneath the slower one. So what you got there is a downtrend. Price is yellow 3 is underneath, price is underneath, price and the 3 underneath the 8 EMA, causing a 10-minute downtrend right there. On the 2-hour chart, different story on the 2-hour chart. On the 2-hour chart, we have a 2-hour uptrend right into this all-time high anchored VWAP. That's the pink line right there. Okay, so 2-hour uptrend, 10-minute downtrend. My preference, all right, is a 10-minute uptrend inside of a 2-hour uptrend. We'll see. We're heading up into resistance. See this valley right here? See if my drawing tools are going to work today. Let's check this out. Let's try this. Do the yellow. Okay, so we got ourselves a little, not too big. All right, so we got ourselves a valley right there. Okay. I said it many times, that's a popular location for price action to retrace. So let's go see if that's where we retraced. Okay, there's the bottom of the valley. Okay, notice the bottom of this tail and the top of these wicks kind of make a connection, all right? So that right there. So I'm expecting, probably because it took us a while to get up there, probably just sideways underneath here. We'll see what they want to do, all right? But they finally made a connection, and it's on the daily time frame if you look at that, or the 2-hour time frame. So I would expect at least 2 or 3, maybe even 4 candle bars just consolidate over to the right before start moving up through this to that breakdown candle high right there. This breakdown candle high right there on the 13th. All right, so we'll see what happens. All right, maybe they go up there fast. We'll find out. Okay, so there's SPY on the 2 hour. Got ourselves a 2 hour uptrend. Again, right back to that valley low right there in between those two highs. Right there, that's a popular location to pull back to. Okay, so there's SPY. Notice that SPY did put in a higher low. All right, so I'm hoping the bulls will be inspired to make another new higher high. We'll see what happens. Okay, that is a higher low there. Price action is up over the all-time high anchored VWAP. I like that. Okay, price action on the quad lines. We're up in quadrant 4. I like that. Price action, this is on the daily chart. Okay, up in quadrant 4. Price action up over the 17. I like that. Price action up over prior all-time high. Also like that. So everything looking good in SPY, making higher lows and higher highs. Just waiting for the bulls to step in. Let me just say, okay, these last 3 candles, I'm talking about this day right here. This would be the 19th. Okay, so that was Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. These are all strong candles, okay? See that? Price came down, bulls brought it right back up. Price was down here, bulls brought it up. Price came down and bulls brought it up. These 3 candles are strong candles. Okay, so I'm expecting, because they bought the dip here, a two for one reward at a minimum, okay? So whatever the risk unit is, right through here, okay, and I'll just pull it back to, let's just call that the risk unit, and then we'll pull this down to here. Okay, now we're going to take 2 of these. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate it twice, just show you what I do. Okay, so there's 1, and here's 2. So that's a projection of 612.75. All right, so I'm going to put a little pink line up there. All right, that's a 2 for 1. I was even conservative on that. You could probably go up to 615. We'll see. All right, anyways, you can see 2 for 1. There's their risk. 2 for 1 reward brings them up to here. Okay, we'll see what happens. And let me edit that. And that would be, leave that the same. I just want to take care of the color and back it off. Okay, so 612.75, right up there. And that's a conservative one, so they can very well go through that. All right, so there's SPY on the daily time frame. Higher low, higher high, closing over a bullish cross or bullish trap over the 17 EMA. SPY in an uptrend. All right, like in everything I'm seeing about SPY, they had that nice pullback, a little extended stay here, but hey, they probably needed to kill some time before we get to Black Friday. I think Black Friday is going to be a climactic event, possibly, for SPY. We'll see what happens. Maybe Black Friday, Cyber Monday. All right, so let's say there's SPY. Let's take a look at QQQ. QQQ, same deal, higher low, higher high, closing just under that all-time high anchored VWAP, but over the bearish trap and over the 17 EMA. Okay, so I like that. Up in quadrant 4, like in everything I'm seeing about QQQ. It's closing over the trap. I wish it was closing over a bullish trap, but it is what it is. All right, so we're closing over a trap and we're over the 17. I'll take it. Again, 3 nice strong candles. All right. All right, from the low to the high, closing in the high of the day at the end of the day. Closing the day high closing at the high of the day near the end of the day. Okay? This one, not quite. All right, closing at the high of the day. No, not closing at the high of the day, but closing in the upper third. All right, up here near the end of the day. All right, so not quite as strong as these two, but still very strong. Again, more tail than body and wick. All right, so price action closing under all-time high anchored VWAP, but above the bearish trap, over the 17 and over a prior all-time high anchored VWAP. So everything looking good on QQQ. Again, a little extended stay down here, but they are still bullish. They're up in quadrant 4. They're making higher lows and higher highs. I'm looking for the bulls to get inspired and make a new high. All right, so there's QQQ. Let's take a look at next one, FNGU. All right, FNGU kind of got the same deal going on. A little higher low, higher high. Closing over a bullish trap. Over the 17 EMA. Up in quadrant 4. Up over the all-time high anchored VWAP. Nice strong candle there. These aren't looking as good as QQQ and SPY, but let me just say, again, we've got more tail than we have body and wick. So I'm liking that. Okay, so there's FNGU, IWM. All right, IWM. This would be yesterday's candle. Pretty sure that's it. Yep. Higher low, higher high, closing over the trap, over the 17 in quadrant 4, making higher highs and higher lows, up over the 2-year high anchored VWAP. That's looking good right there. So IWM looking good and bullish right there. Let's take a look at Diamond Dow. Diamond Dow pulling off the same trick. All right, higher low, higher high, closing over the all-time high anchored VWAP. A little bit of strength going on there. Closing over a bullish cross, closing over the 17, closing in quadrant 4, closing over a prior all-time high anchored VWAP. Love that. Everything looking good for Diamond Dow. So all of the Fab 5 are looking like they're poised to have a rocket ship liftoff. That's what it looks like to me. All right, so we'll see what we have. All right, so that's Diamond Dow. Let's take a look at our technicals. First one, T2122. All right, so we spent our day after making this higher low on the prior day. That would have been Wednesday. Okay, we ripped and went airborne right over the midpoint, over the buyer's chop zone, straight into the buy zone. Okay, got in there, camped out, made the bears uncomfortable, even knocked on the door of the overbought zone. All right, notice higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, equal low. We'll see where we go from here. Okay, so everything looking good on T2122. Let's take a look at T2123. Evidently, you can see it clearly, more clearly, buying from the beginning of the day to the end of the day. Nice bull flag into consolidation on top of prior consolidation and over a flat 200 up here. Okay, so I'm liking that. That's great performance. All right, so we're back up in quadrant 4. Okay, just think about it. The all-time highs are right here, actually right here. Okay, so we're close to producing a possible new all-time high. We'll see what we get. All right, so there's T2123. All right, same chart, but a 3-bar chart. Okay, three green candles. So we change color like that. We're back up in quadrant 4 like that. Up over a rising 200 SMA. I like that. Everything still looking nice. That's if we look at this on a bigger picture. Okay, so we got a move up and over. All right, this very well could complete the consolidation pattern, which goes down, up, maybe back down, and then up, and then make a higher low, and then rip up. We'll see what they want to do. Right now, this is what we got. Okay, we've got to move up, a move back, move up. Maybe this is the higher low, and we rip up out of there. We'll see what happens. Okay, T2123, 3-bar chart. All right, let's look at FNGU. My nose is plugged up this morning. It's not good. All right, FNGU for yesterday. Okay, green. Couple of red candles right here, and then green all the way to almost the end of the day. Then we got a couple of red candles right there. So back up over the 200 SMA and consolidating up there. I like that. That's a strong move. Up in quadrant 4, I like that. Up over all-time high anchored VWAP, I like that. Everything looking good for FNGU. All right, so that's our FNGU indicator. See if we can just consolidate here and then possibly break out. Come back up here, challenge that high. We'll see what happens. All right, so there's FNGU on the 15-minute chart. All right, let's go take a look at a few sectors. Okay, first sector, let's visit precious metals. Gold. Okay, gold is in a downtrend, but moving in the opposite direction. Okay, they got themselves into this downtrend by breaking this low and making a lower low. Gold today, all right, that's yesterday. This is today's candle. Higher low, higher high, closing over a bullish trap over the 17 up in quadrant 4. Still some remnants of bullishness left to this, all right? Even though we did put in a lower low here, if they break out over this high, that will be they will break the downtrend and now be in an uptrend. We'll see if they can get that done. Strong move to the upside coming here. So on the other side of the uptrend line, see if they're coming up to challenge the uptrend line, or if they're actually going to work their way up the breakdown candle, or if they're just going to take out the highs. All right? They're going after something. Not sure what it is. I hope it's just not a gap fill. Okay? We'll see what happens. There's gold. Okay? In a downtrend technically, but moving in the opposite direction. Let's take a look at silver. Silver's in an uptrend. If it takes out this low, it will be in a downtrend. Okay? Price action for silver is a lower high and a lower low, closing under a bearish trap, under the 17 EMA, under the 12-month high, 12-year high anchored VWAP, underneath a prior 12-year high anchored VWAP. Okay, so currently putting in a bear flag. So if you look at the price action here, it is down and then over to the right. Okay, that's all we got. Just a bear flag. It's in an uptrend, but it's not moving up. It's moving in the opposite direction. So we'll see if they can turn that around. It's going to be hard with that rising dollar. All right, let's take a look at some energy, USO. Okay, didn't want that. All right, here's USO. USO's in an uptrend. All right, we're now putting in like another little higher valley here. Looks like a possibility. Yesterday's price action for USO, higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap over the 17 EMA, okay? USO is in an uptrend, but it's not looking all that strong. I'm just going to say that. It looks like just a mess of consolidation through here. Actually, like a 2-year consolidation flag. You guys see that? Nothing pretty happening here. It's just nothing. All right, so there's USO. I guess that's good. We really don't want USO to get too bullish. That would be shooting ourselves in the foot. All right, so there's USO. All right, nothing bullish really going on about USO other than the fact that it's in a daily uptrend. That's it. Let's take a look at UNG. Now, UNG is a different story. UNG is bullish right here. Also in a big bear flag. All right, so not looking good there. At least USO is in a bull flag on the 2-year chart. All right, so UNG price action for yesterday. It's this candle right here, higher low, higher high, closing over bear bullish trap over the 17 EMA. UNG is in an uptrend. All right, so There's UNG. Let's take a look at SMH. All right, SMH made a lower low right here, so that puts them in a downtrend. There's still some remnants of bullishness left to this. They're up over the midpoint. That is bullish. They're up over the all-time high anchored VWAP. Also bullish. Okay, just not moving up. They're in that hockey stick formation right now. Yesterday's price action, a little more promising than what we've seen in the past. Nice bottoming tail here with a whole lot more tail than wick and body. Got the same candle the prior day, okay, but we really didn't close inside the trap nor above the trap. At least yesterday we closed over the trap, just under the 17 EMA there, okay, so fighting off this uptrend here. Actually, SMH fighting off the downtrend, okay, they're in a downtrend because they made a lower low here, okay, so chances are we'll see what happens if they make a lower high. Will the bears be inspired to produce an even more lower low? So we'll see what happens with that. SMH. Let's take a look at XLK. XLK in an uptrend, making higher highs and higher lows. Closing in quadrant 4, closing over the trap, closing over the 17 EMA, closing over the all-time high anchored VWAP. Everything's still bullish on XLK. Let's take a look at XLF. Oh yeah, XLF put in a new all-time high yesterday. Okay, so closing up over the all-time high, closing up over the all-time high anchored VWAP, closing up over the prior all-time high anchored VWAP, closing up in quadrant 4, closing over the trap, closing over the 17, the rising 17. Let me just say it, XLF is looking good. Okay, let's take a look at XLE. It's a new one for us. This is the all-time high right here. All right, I'm just going to put we came very close yesterday. All right, we made an attack on the all-time high candle. You can see there's the high. We are right in the upper third of that all-time high candle. We made an attack on that. All right, so there's price action on the XLE. All right, so for yesterday, higher low, higher high, closing over the trap over the 17 EMA, okay? If they take out this high, that's a new all-time high for the energy market, okay, the energy sector. So there's the XLE. All right, so XLE, bullish. I'm liking everything I see in that. Again, up in quadrant 4, over the trap, over the 17, up over the all-time high anchored VWAP. Everything looking good in XLE. Everything looking good in XLF. Everything looking great in XLK. Let's go take a look at XLI. All right, XLI, all right, closing over the trap, over the 17, over 2 prior all-time high anchored VWAPs, up over in quadrant 4, everything looking good for XLI. Let's take a look at XLU. Even XLU is getting impressive. All right, so here's XLU, it's our utility sector. Typically, this is a defensive sector. Making an attack on the all-time high, which is this candle right here. Okay, so here's price action yesterday. Higher low, higher high, closing over the trap, over the 17, over to the all-time high anchored VWAP, and a prior all-time high anchored VWAP, and up in quadrant 4. And look at this today. I think they make a stab at that all-time high candle right there. So we'll see where we go from this, all right? XLU looking good, all right? So there's XLU. Let's take a look at XRT. XRT is just taking its sweet time breaking out of this, I'm going to call it a 10-month flag, all right? Notice the flag's now getting longer than the flagpole, okay? But I'm liking what I'm seeing. See these ascending lows? All right, that's poising and winding up for a breakout. Okay, just not happening as fast as I want it to. I got a feeling we're waiting on some Cyber Monday, Black Friday deals or some reports of holiday sales and then I think we get some breakouts. I think that's what we're waiting for, because they're obviously since September just chewing time, and in the midst of chewing time, they're just producing higher lows. So that's accumulation. When you see that higher lows, poising themselves for a nice rip to the upside. So there's XRT. Making higher highs and higher lows, that's bullish. Closing up in quadrant 4, also bullish. Over the trap, bullish. Over the 17, bullish. Over the uptrend line, bullish. In the bull flag, everything bullish about XRT. Just hasn't had that breakout in 10 months. Let's take a look at IYT, transports. Transports, higher low, higher high. Okay, that's in an uptrend. Price action yesterday got themselves a higher low and a higher high, closing over the trap, over the 17, up in quadrant 4. All three of those are bullish. Closing underneath the all-time high anchored VWAP. Now, you can't get them all. All right, IYT, but closing up over a prior all-time high anchored VWAP right here, that is bullish. Like that candle yesterday, again, more tail than body and wick combined, okay? We got a lot of those candles yesterday, okay? We got some really bullish moves. Can we get some follow through? You know what? I wouldn't even mind an inside day for some consolidation before we have that breakout move, all right? And I think that's coming. I think that's coming next week, all right? But I think maybe a day of consolidation for today. Who knows where they want to pin it? We'll see what happens, all right? So there's the transports, also in bull mode, okay, and looking good. Let's go take a look at our economic package, all right? So here's the dollar index. I just want to show you this. This is where we're at. We were up here earlier. We're down here, but nice. Okay, we were up here. I'm going to go all the way over to the left because that's where we were. You know, that's a 2-year, 23-month high right there on the U.S. dollar, okay? If we back off, this is a huge bear flag from this location, okay? So we'll see what happens today. But dollar showing some muscle, some spinach, some mustard. All right, where did we close yesterday? All right. We closed 107.06. Again, we're at a 2-year high or 23-month high right now in the U.S. dollar. Really don't like that, all right, because it makes our goods and services more expensive, all right? We're in the global economy, all right? When they go to how do they say it? Convert their currency to ours to pay us, okay, it costs them more. And when they take that into consideration, all right, they want to make a profit too. All right, so it comes down to this doesn't make us as competitive as when the dollar's down here below $100, below 100. Okay, so there's the U.S. dollar in an uptrend. All right, let's take a look at earnings. Let me just say it real quick. Friday is right here, the 22nd. Again, nothing notable, nothing that's going to move the markets. Monday, nothing notable, nothing that's going to move the markets. Max Pain, let's see if we can get that going. All right, Max Pain today, 590. Okay, where are we at? That means there's a pullback. All right, 590. All right, so maybe they pull it back to 590, but I think that means kind of an inside day if they go after 590. Put to call ratio, and that's just the puts and calls that expired today, have 1 1/3 put for each call. All right, let's go take a look at SPY just to see where 590 is. All right, so 590 makes an inside day. If they go below 590, then we start attacking the lows. Okay, so. And you know what? I don't mind an inside day as long as we finish near the high of the day at the end of the day. I would be satisfied if we come down to 590, visit it, and then V-bottom off of there to close the day at the high of the day at the end of the day. That would be nice. And even an inside day, in other words, a lower high. So I'd be happy with that. anything up over this all-time high anchored VWAP would make me happy. All right, let's go back to the economic package. All right, and let's take a look at economic calendar. All right, today's Friday. Okay, not much happening. PMI composite flash 945. Consumer sentiment at 10. Baker Hughes rig count at 1. I knew that was coming. All right, and that's it right there for today. Going to be a light day. Options expiration Friday. Again, I think it's going to be a choppy day. All right, if you don't want to lose your money, think about it. You see 2 crosses over the ADMA, 2 crosses over the VWAP. Maybe just call it a day early. All right, start your weekend with a bank account full of money. All right, just think about it. There's no need to trade every day. We can make money. We know that. We've proven that. All right. We know that these choppy days just take that money back. Okay, so if you're going to trade it, trade one contract. Think about it. Or paper trade it. Okay, again, you don't have to trade it. All right, so think about having a good early weekend. All right, get ready for all the company coming next week. Right, okay, think about that for a minute. Okay. Yeah, nothing happens till after the turkey. Yeah, football, finally the football games start coming on and everything else. All right, that's it, traders. All right, I am going to render my video. If you got a question, put it in there. I'll be happy to answer it, okay? And I'll be back in 45 minutes. Thank you, John Fox, Rickster, Brad, Greg, Joe, everybody, love it. Thank you all for being here with me. I'm honored that you guys chose me to lead you in your wealth building journey. Thank you so much. Thanks, Skip. All right, so I'm going to take 45 minutes and I'm going to come up with a game plan. All right, that game plan's been working, hasn't it? I'm going to come up with a game plan and we'll try and follow the game plan, all right? See if it's going to work today, all right? But I am saying I am expecting an inside day, all right? I'm going to put that out there right now. If we get new highs, that'd be a beautiful thing. All right, so I'll see you guys in about 45 minutes.